Hey, what's going on, guys? It's No Shoes, and welcome back to another Aesop Frock Day. Today, we're going to be reacting to Bring Back Pluto. This is suggested by Bird Flesh. So thank you, Bird Flesh, for the suggestion. Keep them coming in the comments down below. And if you guys want to see more Ace on the channel every single Friday, make sure y'all hit like and subscribe. But without any further ado, let's get right into it. Let's see what Bring Back Pluto is all about. Let's see what Aesop Rock got to say. Let's get it.
This is my friend Tony. He's pretty cool, although he's not always so smart.
And then there were 8. Just like that. Just like that.
Okay.
In the beginning, it was large Marge sent me a bed. Empty the rent if you could double park the garbage boards gently. The moon took a second mortgage on the 7th house. Jupiter re-talked to Mars. He felt the house, the rover sold them out.
Close your mouth, poke your snap.
Okay, nice beginning. Very unique. Love the sample. Great feel to the instrumental so far. I believe that's Ace's voice that we have partway through the intro with that like walkie-talkie telephone type of effect on it, kind of bearing it underneath the track, allowing it to provide a little bit of rhythm and kind of push us into this verse. Maybe even like a pre-verse, we could call it. Let's see where it takes us.
You could double park the garbage boards gently. The moon took a second mortgage on the 7th house. Jupiter re-talked to Mars. He felt the house, the rover sold them out.
Close your mouth, poke your snout over the cloaked aroma clouds. Solar boy, a loper couch, ogling older Polaroids. Motor mouth show for the golden molar toy. Gophers, yoga fish out of water, he grows lungs and multiplies. Idle, one side.
Okay, great syncopated feel. Drums are kind of offset from the verse. Everything, it feels like slightly askew, and it doesn't it like, and then it lines up each time you hit that downbeat. Working real well so far.
Lungs and multiplies. Idle, one soldering a perfect union. It is vital to calculate any ornery loose ends. So if mutiny ensues, the aloof is assumed nuisance. The clue is in his vacancy, the proof is in his goosebumps. Maroon the traders expecting acres of edelweiss, who later learn it may actually be safer to play with knives. I show up late looking Project Grizzly. 2 Bowies, a 3rd for throwing an accomplished dickweed. Nothing not a nail, stuff a.
Yeah, he's really pushing with this flow, and there's so many layers going on this track right now, but all very cleanly mixed and separated. No muddiness. You got Ace's voice up at the top, the drums, the melody, everything all kind of mixing together. Some slight panning here and there to help separate the pieces. This is beautiful.
Throwing an accomplished dickweed. Nothing not a nail, I stuff a lot of pill to gut. What's the proper rules on stuffing hostages in trucks? I'll be numb enough to chill before the choppers spill the blood. But if I'm not, bucket plug a warp, he got his goddamn groove back. Jet setting on spec.
I love that choice right there. There are so many tracks where the beat drops out for a second. It generally works very well, but then to just have like a in the middle is a nice little bit of personality to throw in there.
Bucket plug a warp, he got his goddamn groove back. Jet setting on spec, but a dead yeti on a roof rack. And miscreants will rubberneck jalopy euthanasia, which will later be regretted when it's your turn for cremation. And I walk like early man, freak a little witch hunt, gathering the cornies and exploiting every stigma. The malformed oddities among sovereignties normal. Shall abuse every vice you can imagine right before you. All I thought of was a cloven hoof, then had it click.
Yeah, great way to change the flow, change the inflection of his voice, really signals that something new is coming, makes the flow before it feel complete and as if we're just transitioning into a new section. Great feel to that, and I believe now we're about to drop into the hook.
The malformed oddities among sovereignties normal. Shall abuse every vice you can imagine right before you. All I thought of was a cloven hoof, then had a clip, clop over the woven roofs with a nose for commotion and stolen goods. Now tell me what the fuck am I supposed to do? In the meantime, honest left. In the meantime, honest left. In the meantime, honest left. We were busy putting barbs on a large iron gate. Mercury.
Very unique layering of the vocals right here. We got, feels like slightly sped up, somehow distorted. I'm not sure exactly what they did with it, But Larry, I thought they were saying right, left at first, but it seems like there's a little bit more of a progression.
In the meantime, minus left. In the meantime, minus left. In the meantime.
Yeah, and there's like a kind of like record scratch type of energy to the way it's coming out. Very interesting.
Minus left. In the meantime, minus left. We were busy putting barbs on a large iron gate.
Mercury, Venus, Earth,
Mars,
Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus,
Neptune.
They're gonna want us milk money next.
Stare into the glowing eye of Cerberus and grow. Authoritative laminates will not repel the quarantined alone. All the town sickly know the coke machine is home, where they sit and hope the Ovaltine that nobles drink is strong.
Couples only roll a rank with soda cause
Okay, very interesting. So, I'm not sure I fully understand the structure of this track, but I am a fan of the way it's working. I think what I originally thought was the hook actually was maybe a pre-hook, maybe a bridge, so many different things it could be, maybe even just the end of the verse, but with a very stark change to it. But then you have a repetition of that same type of voice character, and I believe the same lines from the beginning, right after that first sample. We have another sample come back preceding that section, just like you do in the intro, but just a new sample this time, talking about the planets, Uranus, Venus, whichever ones they listed off exactly. Very interesting flow. There's a lot going on in this track. I know we haven't been touching on the bars, but with that syncopated, askew type of feel, it's just having it all line up and everything, being able to take in the words. This is a wild, wild song.
The coke machine is home, where they sit and hope the Ovaltine that nobles drink is strong.
couples only roll a rank with soda cause your chicken do before they wiggle mittens through the pillory to ridicule. And you can hear the Iron Maiden's lock, or see the town crier's ankle stock chained up to the tanker truck. A is up early, ring and run, thank you much. Document a little of the underbelly, bang for buck. A, I walk is the hype of the city gossip, meaning every dumpster diver's gotta vomit up a comment like, you.
And there's a lot of great repetition with his consonants, which is something Ace does in at least a fair amount of his tracks, if not maybe all of them, at least slightly. But dumpster diving, bang for buck, and also using just common figures of speech and phrases as well.
Gotta vomit up a comment like, you ain't shit, this ain't ill. This is little Russian dolls that get smaller and smaller still. This a corpse full of pills trying to sit still and build. Cause 8 planets bullied number 9 until he fell.
And that layering of the vocal right here. Hold up.
This is little Russian.
Yeah, where it sounds like he's almost whispering as if like nobody else is supposed to hear. And then they layer some very faint, vague vocals right behind it. It is as if you got like a crowd behind you of a bunch of people whispering or something like that.
Shit, this ain't ill. This is little Russian dolls that get smaller and smaller still. This a corpse full of pills trying to sit still and build. Cause 8 planets bullied number 9 until he fell. Babylon goggles, gawk for the Galvatron coppers. Tugboat, salvage all fossils. I'll be shepherd when the whirlybirds deny the lepers doctors. If I'm not fucking the terrible metal hacking seeds. It says American to ski up off a plastic D cup. You think Charlie Brown was weatherman? How about zigzag around these yellow backs for peanuts in a baggy stomach?
Okay, cool, nice. Charlie Brown, peanuts, yellow back. Charlie Brown wears that yellow shirt. Really, really great bars here. And finally, I'm starting to catch a little bit of what's happening now that I've gotten acclimated to this beat and the scheme and the cadence he's hitting. Beautiful work here. But having that break section come back, bring that back in again. Love the idea of that. Something I might have to play around with myself.
Off a plastic D cup. You think Charlie Brown was weatherman? How about zigzag around these yellow backs for peanuts in a baggy stomach lining?
Oh, and then even yellow zigzag around these yellow bags of peanuts. Yellow bags, not yellow backs. There we go.
Peanuts in a baggy stomach lining attached to the bums in hiding. Sits the morals every outing would slide to refine his grinding. When the freakishly disfigured have been triggered to surround you, you would live inside the actual second they let the hounds loose. All I thought of was the cloven hoof, then had a clip, clop over the woven roofs. With a nose for commotion and stolen goods. Now tell me what the fuck am I supposed to do?
The cloven hooves and then the woven roofs is interesting because cloven hooves, you know, we could be talking about like goats or so many different things. It could be a reference to the devil because I feel like a lot of people depict the devil as having like goat legs. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've really thought about that. But regardless, very interesting reference. And with Ace being so esoteric in some of his tracks, I'm always intrigued, you know, is he talking about like life after death, about evil, you know, what could really be going on here?
Stolen goods. Now tell me
and actually bring back Pluto. If I remember correctly, isn't Pluto the Roman version of Hades? So it could be that exact reference if we're talking about, you know, the god of death or something like that.
The fuck am I supposed to do? In the meantime, minus left. In the meantime, minus left. In the meantime, minus left. We were busy putting barbs on a large iron gate.
Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune.
And then something else that's happening is he's rhyming across the layers, where that weird, like, kind of chipmunky scratch, like record scratch voice I was talking about, it ends with, like, I think they're saying 8, and then he brings a rhyme in his next bar, but in the top layer. Or it's happened a couple other times throughout the track, but beautiful way to do it. Adds an additional layer of complexity, an additional layer of cohesion as well between everything.
Neptune. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune.
Alternatively, maybe he made this song around the time that they said Pluto wasn't a planet anymore, and that actually might make the most sense, which is a hilarious thing to think about. I'll have to listen to this track a couple more times to truly understand what the idea was behind it, and you know, maybe dissect it on Genius or whatever I gotta do, but that'd be a wild idea for a track. Cool. Nah, fantastic song. That was dope, guys. Bring back Pluto from Aesop Rock. Thank you again for the suggestions. Keep them coming in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, and hit that bell if you want to see more videos like this. Much love to everybody in the No Shoes gang, and I will see you all next time.